Attacks have started on Ukraine, and my grandmother and my aunt are not answering the phones. Russia's invading, and I will never forget this moment. And I'm currently listening to open source Twitter Spaces, and I've been listening to it for the past few days, and it's horrifying. I never thought I would experience this, and no one's answering their phones. I just can't believe it. I just don't know what to do.
While brutal and definitely causing loss of lives, the process, the actual ground fight.
I've been on and off like this, and everyone is asleep. I don't know if my grandma and my aunt have decided to leave. I don't know. Oh my god. Алло, Міл?
Да, Манечка, привіт, моя хороша.
Привіт, ти окей?
Да, я нормально, а що? Змін ми особисто ніяких рухів не робимо.
Да, я розумію.
Так що не хвилюйся, сонечко, нормально. От, ти не бійся, молода, нічого не бійся. Алло.
Да, я тут.
А ти де, Манечка? Ти хотіла їхати в Нью-Джерсі? А що, в тебе ніс закладений?
Та ні, я просто...
Ти вже спала?
Ні.
А що таке? Ти плакала?
Та просто боюся.
Моя ти хороша, не бійся. Не бійся, моя хороша. А чого ти боїшся? Ми переможемо. Все одно нас не б'ють, ні нас особисто, ні Україну, ми все одно переможемо. Не бійся, ми тут нічого не боїмося, чуєш?
Я знаю. I don't know why the hell I'm filming this. I was in New Jersey since Thursday. I went there Thursday morning, and I've been there. I haven't been sleeping well, obviously, like who the hell can in these circumstances. Putin is a psychotic man. I don't know what to say. I'm so unbelievably proud of being Ukrainian at this point in my life. And to be honest with you, I feel really guilty that I'm here in a comfortable apartment in Washington, D.C., in a place where I'm not threatened by air raids, and I don't even... I saw a video today of like pregnant women sharing a shelter, and some of those women had already given birth, and those women had given birth during air raids in bomb shelters. That's how their kids were welcomed into this world. Their husbands have been drafted to fight. People cannot leave if there are males between 18 and 60 years old. They cannot cross the Ukrainian border into Moldova, into Romania, into Poland, because the territorial guard, what is it called? The border territory guards, I don't even know the name, will turn them away. Daughters, sisters, mothers, girlfriends, wives, they're saying bye, maybe for the last time, who knows, to their boyfriends, to their sons, to their their brothers, to their cousins, to their uncles, to their fathers, to their grandfathers even. There are people who are way too be old to be fighting. Just having a calling and knowing that they want to help their country. And I feel like a piece of shit sitting here. Anyway, I've been doing what I can. My organization works with Ukraine, so it's been very personal. And nothing seems important. No job, no career, nothing seems important anymore. Everything seems so little compared to what my family is experiencing, and I'm doing what I can. I have resources in my bio. I have other people's resources, financial, non-financial, but seeing my country getting bombed, civilian infrastructure is getting bombed, kids dying because kindergartens are targeted, cancer hospitals being targeted, as if cancer patients don't have enough to fucking deal with. I just have no words. I don't even know why the fuck I'm filming this video. I can't. I feel guilty as fuck, but I am going to keep doing what I can from here. I am exhausted, but I do not deserve to be exhausted. My aunt deserves to be exhausted. She's been doing 24/7 TV interviews, trying to entertain 3 kids, worrying for the safety of her in-laws and my grandparents and her husband, and I'm nowhere near that, and I don't deserve it. So I'm doing what I can. If you can do what you can, then do it. Never ever would I have thought that a country in Europe, Ukraine is in Europe, it's not in the European Union yet, but it is in Europe, would be getting bombarded and having tanks roll in 2022. Do what you can. If you're in the US, call your representatives, call your senators, pressure them to send further assistance to Ukraine, lethal and non-lethal aid. They need shields, they need ammunition, they need helmets. And call on your representatives, whether in Europe or in the US, to close the skies above Ukraine. We can't. That can't happen anymore. There's too many children and civilians dying. Putin doesn't care whatever the fuck bomb hits what. He's targeting civilians. We have to close the skies. So please, look at my bio. Share those resources. Do what you can. And I don't know when things will return to normal. There is no normal. This is a new thing. People's lives have changed forever. And yeah, so thank you. I'll check in with you whenever. Thanks. Hi, today's March 1st. I don't know why I'm recording this, but shit that's happening in Ukraine is so real. I'm here alone and everything is going down and people are saying goodbye to their children. I wish I was religious so that I could pray to somebody, but I'm not, and I don't know why I'm recording this. My aunt said goodbye to her 3 kids. she took them to the Polish border and she continued back to Ukraine with her husband. My grandparents and her kids are going to my family. 3 kids, one of which turned 9 months today. This is their story. And my aunt, while we've never been so close, she is a hero. She is an example. I will never ever forget what she's doing and the sacrifices that she's making so that her kids are safe, and that so Ukraine continues to be a democratic country. Please support Ukraine, support the army, support hospitals, support the kids. Please, financially, non-financially, please tell NATO to shut down the fucking sky. How many more people are gonna die? How many residential buildings are gonna be shelled at before NATO actually fucking decides to do something? This is a war that's happening in Europe. This is not a war that's happening in some other country. This is a war that is going to impact people forever. Please do what you can. Please, please, please. I don't know what else to say. This is just me recording to show that this shit is fucking real. Hi. I don't know what this video is. I just know this video, I've decided to pick up my camera in certain points of this period. Today is the 8th day of war, as Russia has invaded Ukraine for the 2nd time since 2014, and Russia has invaded all of Ukraine. For those of you who don't know, I'm Ukrainian. I have family in Ukraine. I have friends in Ukraine. I am Ukrainian. And I have not slept. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not the one in bomb shelters. I'm not the one trying to find a way to get to a different country and ensure the safety of my children. I'm not someone who's on the ground, but I am someone who has pain and guilt as a Ukrainian living in the United States, where I have comfort and where I have safety and where I don't have to be scared of walking outside, where I can sleep at night in my bed. This video is just going to be me letting you know of how you can help Ukraine, whether you are in the United States, whether you're watching me from Czech Republic, from Poland, from Romania, wherever the hell you're watching me from. I really hope you know, buckle up, because I'm going to be talking about a lot of resources that you need to know about. This is how you help Ukraine. Right now, what is most important is financial help towards our army, towards hospitals, towards paramedics, so that our soldiers can keep fighting the aggressors. Another way you can help is non-financial means by pressuring powerful leaders in NATO. So tweeting at NATO, tweeting at Jens Stoltenberg, tweeting at the President of the United States, tweeting at his wife, Joe Biden, tweeting at senators who have not been supporting military, lethal, and non-lethal assistance to Ukraine, tweeting other European leaders, leaders in the European Parliament, leaders in the EU Council. Just, there's so many things that you could be doing if you don't have money to donate. So I'm going to go through places where you can contribute financially and non-financially in this video. So I have been working on compiling a master list of sorts to basically have like a big Google Doc of things you can do financially, non-financially, whatever country you live in. If there's something there about your country that you can donate, I'm trying to kind of put everything in one place. Obviously I'm one person, I can't put everything in one place, so in that So in that document, you can see links to other pages that have more resources and lists of things. It'll be linked down below. Other things will be linked down below as well, in terms of other organizations. So please do support them, and please educate yourself. Okay, here's my list. I'm going to tell you what is in here so you can figure it out. First of all, we have refugee resources on this list. So currently we have countries such as Moldova, Romania, Netherlands, Poland, and Czech Republic. These are the kind of primary countries where refugees, I can't believe I'm calling Ukrainians, where Ukrainians who are now refugees are fleeing to. There is legal help. There is ordinary citizens that are trying to help with, hygiene products, resettlement fees, and things like that. And then there are also non-financial ways to help. If you are, in your 20s, you don't have money to contribute, I totally get it. I 100% understand if you don't have money, or if you don't want to donate for whatever reason, if it contradicts your job or something. I get it. There are non-financial ways that you can help. First of all, one very important way you can help is to stay informed, to avoid disinformation and misinformation, propaganda from Putin, and to spread the word through reliable means. So the Kyiv Independent is a great resource via Twitter, via their website. I recommend subscribing to them or following them on Twitter, because you can get alerts immediately of what is happening on the ground. For example, they've been tweeting every time there's an air raid alert. Yeah, they're pretty quick. The New Voice of Ukraine, the Kyiv Post, however, it's state funded now. The Kyiv Independent came out of the Kyiv Post. They're the former employees. However, Kyiv Post is good because they deliver breaking news from the Ukrainian government, since it's state funded. Other opinions of that, but whatever. Associated Press, they have great reporters on the ground. Reuters, BBC, the Ministry of Defense website in Ukraine has numbers if you need statistics on number of casualties, if you need statistics on if you need statistics on deaths of children. I can't believe I'm fucking saying that, excuse my language. But this is a resource where you can pull numbers from if you need to post something on social media. Current Time is a Russian language branch of Radio Free Europe that broadcasts Russian language news to Russian citizens. This is a very important one. If you have Russian friends, Russian families, send them Current Time, tell them to watch it. If you are in the US, the biggest way you can contribute is to contact your local elected representatives, to contact your senators. It's a very, very important thing to do, because Congress is the one that authorizes any assistance, military or non-military, lethal, non-lethal aid to get to Ukraine. Very bureaucratic, I know, but this is the only way that that stuff is going to get to Ukraine. Biden cannot just say, I want $6.4 billion of assistance to go to Ukraine. Congress needs to authorize it. There's no other way around it. Hesitant to include this, but also I can't think of anything else to do. Basically, there's an aid package that is being pushed forward, Ukrainian assistance, the $6.4 billion, I believe, that is, that Biden wants to send to Ukraine, has to be authorized by Congress. However, Congress, specifically some of the Democrats, want to wait until March 11th to put this Ukraine security assistance under this big omnibus bill that would include other efforts such as Build Back Better and other initiatives that are usually not supported by Republicans. However, Ukraine has always been a bipartisan issue. Both sides always have agreed to this, but the fact that Democrats are holding it up in Ukraine is now we have to wait till March 11th to get any aid is completely absurd. So what I appreciate is, one, Senator Marco Rubio, who you may have your thoughts about him, I may have my thoughts about him, but he is pushing for a specific security assistance package to Ukraine as separate from this other omnibus stuff that Congress is trying to push through. You can find more information in my master document about that. Call your senators, call your representatives, email them, tweet them. It's so easy, it's free. Anyway, I've talked a lot about that. Moving on. Show your support by protesting if you want to. I mean, I think obviously it's like powerful, but I think tweeting senators and doing stuff through social media is probably more effective. But you can also show your support through protesting if you want to do that. I don't know how effective that is. I mean, it's great. I've seen all the pictures. It's fantastic that people are standing in solidarity. But to me, as a Ukrainian, actions speak louder than words. Not words, but deeds. More media awareness. There's stuff you can literally copy and paste. It's so easy. If you're lazy, fantastic. This is for you. Battle government censorship in Russia. I don't have to say much about that, but tell Russians the truth in a tweet. Send tweets out if you have Russian followers. Tag, write these tweets under popular accounts, so like Russian celebrities, Russian YouTubers, Russian influencers, Russian, the Drakes of Russia, the Kim Kardashians of Russia. There's resources in here for that. Again, copying and pasting. Leave reviews on Google Maps, TripAdvisor, on Yandex in Russia with photos of what is happening in Ukraine. Any like major shops, like popular restaurants or hotels that you can find as well, and there's lists of those in here. In a review, comment on what's happening in Ukraine. They can't block that. They can't. It's Google. You can't block that. So that's another way to show your support, is to show to the Russian people who are, under Putin's propaganda, like on TV and social media, what is happening in Ukraine. Moving on to the financial part of this video. Financial ways to help. If you have a little extra money, this would be great. Ukraine-based. Hospitaliers. Hospitaliers is a volunteer organization of paramedics founded in 2014. In the beginning of the Russian conflict, their mission is to assist the wounded on the battlefield, evacuate the injured to hospitals, assist in the rehabilitation of the injured, and moving the dead across the country to the place of burial. This is what they do. Highly suggest you finance them. Ukrainian Movement of Veteran Women. This is an NGO, and basically they organize and help women prepare for a crisis, how to defend themselves. Many women, including my aunt, have been needed to learn how to use a gun like AK-47s, and never would I have thought. And I'm someone who has been completely against gun laws, but when it comes to someone and self-defense right now in Ukraine, this is all they have to protect themselves and their children. So, Ukrainian Movement of Veteran Women, that's the NGO. Another women-based NGO called Ukrainians Women's Guard. Also a women-led NGO preparing women for extreme situations, especially under the conditions of war, training and legal aid. You can donate to them as well. Highly, highly suggested. National Bank of Ukraine has set up a direct donation line to the Ukrainian military. Come Back Alive is an initiative to use donated funds to help purchase supplies for the Ukrainian military, such as ammunition, shields, and food. Very important. Food is a big thing. Help the Ukrainian Army through Army SOS. Also manages purchases of shields and ammunition, intercommunication and reconnaissance facilities, uniforms, food supply. We really need to keep our soldiers strong, so please consider donating for that. Vostok SOS, NGO focused on helping those that are internally displaced, so IDPs, assisting in the evacuation of people from the conflict zone, as well as immediate evacuation support. Nova Ukraine. Also a non-profit based in Ukraine, provides citizens with everything from baby food and hygiene products to clothes and household supplies. Have you seen the videos of pregnant women in a bomb shelter? Pregnant women giving birth during these times? Can you imagine giving birth in a bomb shelter? Because I can't. I am privileged enough to live in the US where I can give birth in a hospital. This is insane. I can't imagine how strong like you have to be to give birth in a room full of people in a bomb shelter. Just freaking think about that. Phoenix Wings provides Ukrainian army with necessary assistance, equipment, uniform, personal non-lethal protection such as vests and helmets, and required treatment of wounded soldiers, personal first aid kits, and repair of buildings used by the army. Hospital donations. uahospitals.org. You can support hospitals and medical supplies by donating to uahospitals.org. Fight for Right NGO, fighting for human rights of people with disabilities, focusing protection of people with disabilities who have remained in Ukraine. In Czech Republic, People in Need is an NGO that carries humanitarian aid to Ukraine and assists with Ukrainian refugees. And then there's also a list of local Czech organizations that you can contribute to and drop off food. I know a lot of my followers are Czech. Drop off food, drop off, resources like laptops, clothes, all of this. Poland, Polish Humanitarian Action, Solidarity with Ukraine are two groups that use both crowdfunding and, basic citizen ways of organizing money to assist with Ukrainian refugees coming in. There's also a bunch of legal aid that is here on this spreadsheet in Poland, so I highly suggest that you take a look at that if you know somebody who has been affected by this Russian invasion of Ukraine. There's resources in Malta, from Moldova, crowdfunding. Moldova has been fantastic at accepting Ukrainian refugees. A bunch of crowdfunding efforts you can donate to in Moldova. Germany as well is in here. If you know more, please DM me, email me, comment me. I will add it. I want to make sure that I and like a few others are adding to this document, because obviously you've all been in the situation where everybody starts adding things to Google Docs. So yeah, based in international organizations working in Ukraine. Razom for Ukraine. This is based in New York. Bunch of Ukraine diaspora working on getting humanitarian assistance to Ukraine. They have chartered a flight to go from New Jersey, I believe, to I guess like the Ukrainian border to provide this medical supplies and humanitarian assistance. Razom for Ukraine. RAZOMFOR Ukraine. I can't believe I'm doing this. Revived Soldiers Ukraine. Please donate to them. Our soldiers need the money. But this is an international organization. It's linked here. Save the Children, help Ukrainian children affected by the war. International Rescue Committee, this is a big one, big international organization. It's a general donation stream, not like towards Ukraine, so I don't know how much money goes to Ukraine. However, you can, it's your choice. Helps families in conflict all over the world. They were really big during Afghanistan and other conflicts. Red Cross Ukraine. I don't need to say much about that. That's international humanitarian assistance, again focused on hospitals and paramedic help. Care International, they are responding to the crisis by providing Ukrainians in need with food, hygiene kits, psychological support, access to water, access to cash. Sunflower of Peace, raising money to put together first aid backpacks for paramedics and doctors on the front lines. Again, this is so important. We need the paramedics, we need money for the soldiers, and we need like no-fly zone. Hashtag no-fly zone, by the way. Yeah, do that. LGBTQ plus support. Outright Action International is an organization that is helping support LGBTQI plus groups and organizations on the ground and they're setting up shelters and providing cash to citizens. There's many more in here that provide direct support to LGBTQI plus. This is very difficult for me to say out loud. As well as there's support here for international students that have been stuck in Ukraine. And there's a hotline that has been set up specifically by the Ministry of Defense to ensure that those students are able to get out of Ukraine safely. So please, if you know somebody that has been affected, who is stuck in Ukraine, is not able to get out, please refer to this document and call the number on the hotline, and Ukrainian and someone will be able to safely evacuate the international students that you're worried about. Voices of Children, again, another psychological support organization providing psychological support to children who have witnessed war. Of course, there's UNICEF, Ukraine, UNHCR, like the basic ones. If you're into crypto, you can donate through crypto to Unchain Ukraine, and there's digital wallets in here as well that you can send your money to. if you are watching this video and you want to join the Ukrainian army, by all means, you can also do that. There have been, I think, 50,000 men that have, and women that have returned back to Ukraine from wherever they used to live abroad to fight for Ukraine and to fight for Ukrainian democracy and independence and to stop the innocent civilian and children deaths that are happening right now. Other ways, join a bunch of Ukrainian diaspora groups on Facebook. You know, tweet. Please tweet. I mean, tweeting and putting pressure on people really can go a long way. Like, tweet about a hashtag #NoFlyZone over Ukraine. Tweet about a safe airlift in Ukraine. People in my country are really hurting and we need your help. Please do what you can. This is truly a catastrophe. Putin has threatened to take out his nuclear weapons, and the fact that Ukraine is still alone in this fight is absolutely absurd to me. Like, if there is a threat of nuclear war, then it shouldn't be just Ukraine's fight. It should be the fight of all of these nations that would be impacted. Russia is shooting missiles at nuclear reactors all around Ukraine, and nobody is talking about that. This is not just our children and our women and our men that are going to die, but it's going to be also the populations of Europe and any neighboring countries that will deal with this too. So it's not just a Ukraine problem, and I hope people finally put that into their heads. So yeah, I hope this video gave you some sort of educational meaning and persuaded you to donate or to help through non-financial means. I am so exhausted, but I cannot complain. Again, I am numb and I have spent many nights awake crying, not knowing if my family is okay. But at this point, I'm numb and I'm angry and I'm ready to get to work and do what I can. Ukraine will prevail, and we will do everything possible to, you know, protect our democracy. So, Slava Ukraine, Heroям Slava, glory to Ukraine, glory to our heroes. If you want to learn how to say it, you say Slava Ukraine, and the response to that would be Heroям Slava. Thank you for watching. This is such a weird video for me to post. This is not like morning routine, you know. I can't film normal videos, and I promised myself I would still film, and this is the only thing that feels right at this point. Maybe this video will get 50 views, but I am just fucking I need to stop swearing. I'm sick of I just need to show I need to promote this on every possible way I can. So thank you for watching this far, if you did. Thank you. Slava Ukraine.